Welcome to the Ray Amanat Show with the thought of America.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in social media land. Welcome to the Ray Amanat Show. Of course, I am your host, Ray Amanat. And today is going to be a little bit of a different show. Instead of talking about things that's in the news or talking about things, um, the election coming up or the wars going on all over the place. We're going to talk a little bit about things that are happening here in Florida. And this will be some good news, not necessarily bad news. First, if you would like to get a hold of us, you can email me at info@therayamanatshow.com. Email me your comments, email me uh, your thoughts about the show. The more emails that you get in, you can win merchandise. You can win my book, Bully, Victim, or Hero. We have to figure out if anyone's won that yet, and then we'll announce that on the next show. But go to info@therayamanatshow.com for any comments, suggestions, or anything that you'd want to do. We'd like to thank the OBBM Network for hosting us, as well as Traverse TV. You can go to obbmnetwork.tv and look at a lot of their other podcasts as well as ours. It is a conservative talk show broadcasting center. So if you're into common sense thinking and the real news, not fake news, check out the OBBM Network at obbmnetwork.tv. All right. So today in the I'm Just Saying, I went to a company called ArchWell Health. And ArchWell Health is a health organization that helps people 60 years and older. So we pre-recorded a video. I'm going to be starting, but this is something that if you have an aging family member that's here in Florida and you're looking for care for them, check this out with ArchWell Health. All right, Ray Amanat here. We are at the ArchWell Health Center for a guest speaker for our show. And this is going to be Mr. Tim Jeans,
Yes,
who is the ArchWell Health Market Growth Director.
that's
Correct?
right. That's
Thank
right.
you for coming on our show,
Thanks
and
for
I'm excited to learn more about who you are and what you do. So we are at the Archwell Health facilities here in Newport Richey off Little Road and Fox Hollow. So those of you that would like to set up a tour, come on out. They'll be happy to show you their facilities and introduce you to the staff and let you know how they can be of service to you as you learn more about this from Tim. So again, Tim Jeans is Market Growth Director. So explain Market Growth Director.
Sure, absolutely. And thanks for having me, Ray. It's good to be here. And thanks for joining us. So, Market Growth Director is a fancy way to say I head up our team that does growth and marketing or sales. Basically, we're the team that tries to let the public know we're here and that we'd love them to come in and see who we are.
So you started with how many locations and how many are you up to? And then what is the growth from there?
Great question. So we started with a bang. We started with 10 centers from here in Newport Richey all the way down through Venice. So, multiple counties. We started with 10, which is a lot. And I would say within a year and a half to 2 years, we'll probably be closer to 20 centers in Florida.
That is amazing. That is amazing. So on today's topic, we're going to talk about how to find the right doctor for your aging loved ones. and that's going to be the first question is, what is ArchWell Health?
Okay.
And, how is that going to help somebody find the right doctor for a family member that's aging
Gotcha.
60s plus?
Sure. So the first part of that would be, okay, what is ArchWell Health? And that's important to explain. We're a little bit different. So ArchWell Health is primary care for people that are 60 and older. So we are very specific about the age group that we want to serve. We think that's really important because our health needs change during our lives. So we want to make sure that we're highly focused on our what tends to be the Medicare population, but folks 60 plus. And what makes us a little bit different is we're something called value-based care, where when you come into ArchWell, you'll notice big, bright spaces. It's very open. It's very welcoming. We want it to be a friendly, comfortable place. And appointment times tend to be much longer than expected. So ArchWell Health focuses on the doctor will actually see less patients than on average because we want to make sure that the appointment time is long enough to cover everything. Make sure we get your immediate needs addressed, talk about your long-term health goals, make sure that we don't rush anyone out the door.
So it's not a number. You're not treated like a number. Like I've been to doctors' offices for primary care, and they'll come in. You're sitting in the waiting room. They call your name. You go, and then you're waiting again in the little exam room, and then from there the doctor comes in. Hey, how's it going? Let's go over your lab results and see you next time.
Right. We've all been there.
Which is, it's frustrating because if this doctor is going to be my primary care doctor for the rest of my life, I at least, I'm from St. Louis. When I was in St. Louis, I was best friends with my doctor. We went to events together and did things together. Out here, it's like, I'm not supposed to be friends with the patient, or I don't know. I don't expect people to be best friends, but at least have some type of a rapport or relationship.
Sure.
Is that what you guys are building?
That's what we're shooting for. So we don't want anyone to rush out the door. I think you've all been in this situation. You go to the doctor's office, you get a couple things handled. It's over in 10 minutes, right? The time with the doctor's over, maybe 10 minutes. You're walking out the door to your car and you realize, I didn't ask about that. Oh, and I didn't ask about the other thing. That happens when it's compressed. When the doctor's in a rush, you're going to feel like you're in a rush. And so what we do is we make our appointment times significantly longer than average, so that once you deal with whatever the issue is that brought you in, there's actually time to go, yeah, I was thinking about this, or, doc, I was wondering about this. The whole point is we want to make sure that we're taking care of our members. We actually refer to patients as members.
Right.
We don't want to rush you out the door. We want to make sure we understand what the needs are, what the pain points are, and then what we can do to help your health either maintain or if possible, get better.
That is awesome. I'm not of age yet, but I'm looking forward to be of age so that I can become a member. So I'm looking at my notes. ArchWell Health was created specifically for adults 60 plus.
Yeah.
How does someone find a doctor that specializes in seniors?
So there's a couple things there. I mean, if you search online, you can put in search terms, like senior, geriatric. There are terms that you can use. It's also really good just to ask around.
Or just look up ArchWell Health.
Or look up ArchWell Health. Thank you. And we do this for a reason. Like 60 plus actually is for a very specific reason. I mean, we know that our health and health needs change as we age. When you're 20 something, your health needs are very different than when you're 40 something or 60, 70 something, right? Our bodies change, needs change. We want to be hyper focused on that so that we ask the right questions. When issues come up, we know what they are. And basically what you want is a doctor that when they're looking at your health situation, you don't want to feel like they're looking at that condition for the first time, right? You want to talk to a doctor that's, if you have for example, an age-related issue, You want to know they've dealt with this hundreds or thousands of times, and then they're coming to you with experience and solutions that make sense. And that's the whole reason that we're focused on that age group.
It's like when I've had 2 hip replacements, and I asked to separate surgeons, and I asked them, so how many, in my research, I look at how many hip replacement surgeries have they done? Did they
Yes.
just get out of medical school and, oh, I've done 10, or no, this guy's done thousands,
Right.
before me. So they have a pretty good idea of what they're doing. So that's awesome that you do that. One of the things that I learned about ArchWell Health, that about looking at your health insurance, there's a thing that asks if it pays for rides to somebody to pick you up, ride share, pick you up, take you to the doctor, and then take you back. But ArchWell provides that service?
So we can when needed, but that's a great question. Let me explain that. So with the plans that we take, which we take Medicare Advantage plans from Humana, United Healthcare, Aetna, and Devoted Health, right? So we have contracts with them. Those plans all tend to have a ride service built in, believe it or not, as part of
But
the
nobody
health plan.
knows about it unless they ask.
Many times people don't know. So often we're the first to mention that, to say, did you know your health plan might actually provide rides to and from a doctor's office? So we can help with that. We can help coordinate those rides. We don't have vans, but when it's necessary, we can step in and help coordinate rides if it's needed.
Okay. No, that is awesome. All right. Can you share some recommendations to help our viewers make this very important decision as to how to choose the right caregiver?
Sure. Good question. That can be a tough one. And sometimes there can be so many doctors to choose from. You're like, who do I choose? Or it could be the other way. You could find yourself calling doctor's office and no one has availability. Like, sure, we'll see you, a new patient. Yeah, we'll see you in 2 months. We'll see you in 3 months.
Yeah, I mean, I've
there's-
been doctor's offices where we can't see you until 3 months from now.
Right.
Doctor's going on vacation. You could see the nurse practitioner, or you can see the blah blah blah. No, I want to see my doctor.
Right.
So
here's some things to think about. There's always going to be various things to look at. One is, how accessible is the office? So can you get in a reasonable amount of time, or are you going to have to wait so long that you're concerned, with not being seen sooner? So availability is huge. Location is really big. And so one of the things that we try to do is, and like where we are right now here in Newport Richey, we're in a Publix plaza, right? Multiple entrances, multiple ways to get in and out, a lot of parking.
easy,
right?
handicap accessible.
Easy,
Yeah.
right? And that is actually very much on purpose. And I'll give a quick explanation. So my mom lives about 1.5 miles from here, and had a doctor that
You're gonna go see her, right?
I absolutely am. Absolutely am. And I'm going to do what she tells me to.
We have our studio audience here, ladies and gentlemen. So
And, with her experience, I'm just sharing because this helps me understand the situation better. She was going to a doctor for about 10 years, and it's right on a busy intersection. For her to get in is not hard. To get out and get back home for her is very stressful. She's got to make a U-turn on a real busy street. Not fun. And that was one of the things that she looked at when considering ArchWell, and she realized it's right next to where I shop. I have an exit to get exactly where I need. There's a traffic light. I have no issue going left or right. I know that sounds a little simple. It's a big deal if when it matters. And for someone like my mom, it matters a lot. She doesn't want to be stressed out making a U-turn on a busy street. And in this area, we have some very busy streets. That's one. The other is the ability to be seen when you need, and not having to wait months or months. And so here's something that ArchWell does that I think is fantastic. Number one, we're in a room. This room that we're in, obviously, we don't treat anyone here because it's all windows, all glass. This is an activity room. This is for fun events.
I was going to bring that up.
Yeah.
Because one of the perks is there's a lot of people that they're seniors. they're lonely, their family doesn't visit them as much, and they're afraid to drive or they're afraid to go somewhere. But if they can get a ride or a ride share to bring them here, you guys have physical fitness activities, you've got social activities.
Correct.
And we're, with what we do with Self Defense Pros, are going to try to add to those activities
Awesome.
to, that way they don't have to worry about, I need to go somewhere and get a black belt. At my age, they're not thinking about, they just want to learn how, as they get older, how to have a plan of safety and security to keep themselves safe when they're at home or out on the town. So no, this room is awesome for social activities. I think that's
absolutely
great.
That's the whole point, and we're glad that you're here for that reason. We want our center to be comfortable, a place where yes, you can come and get care as needed, but then you can also come and learn, come and have fun. There's someone could make a half day out of it by coming here, seeing their doctor, having a good time at whatever the event is, do their grocery shopping literally next door. That we want things to be as convenient as possible for our members. That's part of the point. So I would say take those things into consideration when looking for a doctor. Look for a place that's easy to get to, comfortable, you're treated well, you get the time you need. There's extra added value to making the trip, because there could be a fun event or an educational opportunity, and meeting with doctors that focus on your age group so that they're better equipped to address any of those age-related needs.
I like what you said about the convenience going to the grocery store, because my mom, she lives in San Diego, and when she does a doctor's trip, she has to drive way far out there, and then she tries to plan her day going to all these different places that are far away from each other. Whereas if it's just one-stop shopping, that convenience, that would be so much easier for her. I wish you guys were in San Diego.
Eventually. I would like to be in San Diego. It's a great place.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what we got. So for more information about ArchWell Health, you can visit their website at archwellhealth.com. Again, that is archwellhealth.com. And that's our time for this show. Tim, thank you for coming on the Ray Amanat Show. Thank you for your time.
Appreciate it.
And those of you that want information, get a hold of ArchWell Health, and they'll take care of you like nothing else. Thanks again.
Thank you.
And I'm back. I hope you guys enjoyed that interview with Mr. Tim Jeans with ArchWell Health. And let's get you some more information about them. So at ArchWell Health, if you go to archwellhealth.com, you can find out where all their locations are throughout Florida. Again, he said from Venice all the way to Newport Richey and growing. So check out their website at archwellhealth.com for more information. If you are a business and you are interested in getting on our show as a podcast, you can just email me and say, hey, I'm interested, and I've got a story, or we're a nonprofit and we like to share what we do, or you're a business that does something to help Floridians out here. Just go to info@therayamanatshow.com. Email me that you're interested in getting on our podcast, and we can go through pricing for that as far as what it costs to get on our show. Or it might not cost anything. I don't know. You'll have to email me and find out. But um, give us a shout out, or shoot me an email at info@therayamanatshow.com. All right, moving onwards, let's go to our, I got to get this set up. Let's talk about this for a second. All right, Self Defense Pros is a new business venture that I've started here in Florida, and we are trying to take it on the road to all 50 states. So all the red states that you see on the map here, those are places that we've been to and we'll probably revisit. But we also want to hit all the other states. So if you'd like to help us out, um, we'd like to do a lecture and seminar, multiple events. Just get a hold of us and we'll come out and do our thing as far as promoting safety for our schools, churches, communities, and businesses. If you're interested in getting some Ray Amanat Show merch, whether it's Clucky the Chicken, Wake the Cluck Up t-shirts, mugs, or the Ray Amanat Show logo that you see in the bottom corner, just scan this QR code and that'll give you all the information that you need. I'll take you to our Zazzle store or our merchandise store that you can order and share and make it a gift for somebody that follows our show. And that would be something great. Again, if you're out there and you need to get help, if you're dealing with a domestic issue at home, a suicide prevention issue, either you or somebody that you know is thinking about committing suicide, or if you're a witness to a crime, if you're dealing with domestic violence, you can always call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-SAFE. For the suicide prevention hotline, please help, whether it's someone that you know going through tough times, or even if it's a veteran that is struggling with PTSD and is having thoughts of hurting themselves. Call the suicide prevention hotline at 1-800-273-TALK. And if you're a witness to a crime, please do the right thing. At least be a watchdog, like a neighborhood watch. You can make an anonymous tip at Crime Stoppers USA at 1-800-222-TIPS. 1-800-222-TIPS. All right, I think that is it for our show for today. Thank you for watching, and we love to see you back on our next episode. Have a great day.
Welcome to the Ray Amanat Show. Wake the fuck up, America.